Hi, I'm David Bryan of the Broadcast Jesus Show and the Bailey Show, and we're doing a review today of the Surface Book, Microsoft Surface Book. And this is a item that I'm very concerned about, because while I was waiting for mine to come, as I had read some reviews and watched reviews on YouTube, I was fascinated with all that this machine can do and the things that it promises that it can do. But what has me very concerned is there are reports that there has been a bad batch of the i7 6th generation Skylake processor, and that concerns me, because the last thing I want to do now that I am able to open this is to have to take it back. So obviously, hoping and praying that this one is from the good batch. So I bought mine from Best Buy online, and there was some wait time because they were sold out. Then I was also told by one of the employees at Best Buy that they were back ordered, or there was a wait time because of the fact that there was a bad batch. But all of the reviews that I've been seeing of any machines that people are getting in early November, this is November the 19th today, Thursday, November the 19th, 2015, unfortunately have been bad. They've had to send them back, or praying for another firmware update. From my understanding, Microsoft has already released 2 firmware updates for the drivers and operating system functionality of the Surface Book. So here we are. We will zoom in this first. Has the little blue strip around the bottom edge, as many of those that have been reviewing this one has said. This one is the Intel Core i7 processor with 512 gigabyte solid state drive Go with a 16 gigabyte RAM and the Nvidia Descrete GeForce GPU, Windows 10 Pro. With opening up our Surface Book, it's a heavy box, heavy, durable. So the big question is, will this Surface Book be a dud? Little tab to pull that open with. Very light. Kind of expecting it to be a little heavy. I know they said 3.3 pounds, 3.4 pounds, but I was expecting it to be a little heavier just because there's been so much said about it. But it is definitely a durable looking machine, and there is the pin. Slides off there. Documentation. Here's the power brick. There's been some contradiction a little bit on some of the reviews. Some have said that the power brick is the same as the Surface Pro 3. In actuality, this one is a little bit stronger voltage on here compared to the Surface Pro 3 if you get the Surface Book with the discrete Nvidia graphics card. So what I'm going to do is remove all of these little things and go ahead and plug it in, because some have arrived dead. Alright, so we're opening up the machine and we'll put the box off to the side. Very classy, as everybody has said, very classy packaging. And it does indeed feel solid. Very, very, very nice looking device. Very nice looking laptop. Everything feels metal. The magnesium casing that is lighter than aluminum but supposed to be more durable. Very nice finish, very nice feel. One of the things I've noticed that in a lot of the reviews and a lot of the videos that I've seen on this, in the pictures and in the video, some of the time it almost looks like the base at certain angles is plastic, almost like a gray plastic, but it is not. It is actually metal. All of it, all the exterior, with the exception of the finish is a little different. I don't know that I think it's still metal. See, even that is metal. I believe even that is metal. That little gray finish along the edge right there. So let's open it up. There's a little protective styrofoam type little sheet. It's not paper. Wow, this is even more impressive looking in person than it is in the videos. So we will go ahead and clip this to the side. Very strong magnet. And it's just like everybody has said, you have to put it on the right angle for it to clip on. Ooh, it has a very strong little pull. I do not believe, from the other videos I have seen, do not believe it works over here. And I do not believe, and see, it will stick to this side, but that is because of the magnetic plug device. That's why that's working, which that's a pretty good little strong hold right there too. So technically you could clip it there if you're not charging the device. But this is where it belongs, right here. And as you see, okay. Now we will plug it in here. Ooh, it sucks right in there. So now I'm going to go through, just for a few moments, the setup process. And I don't see any glowing, any lights to indicate that it's plugged in. Not seeing any indicators that it is plugged in. I'm looking. Ah, there we go. Now we got some, I don't know what I did wrong, but now we finally have a light showing, and I don't know why it took so long, but now we have a light showing. So apparently this system was dead as well. Okay, so after having a few issues getting the plug to power the unit, which may have been something in my my power surge protector, which is a pretty beefy power surge protector, but anyway, we've now got a little glowing white light, so I think we're in business now. And I did see the little red light blink on the button that is supposed to disconnect the unit, the tablet, from the base or the keyboard. So now let's try again turning it on. There we go. I'll be back after I set up some of the things here, and we'll see how it has performed. Okay, so I will report this. I was expecting it to go through this long setup process like normally a first-time turned-on computer does, but instead it went straight to the menu and asked for a user name and password as though this computer has already been set up. And as I was trying to click or press the button here or tap on the screen where it says setting up a network, this indicator came up and I can't get it to go off. Nothing is responding. Okay, so we're back. The problem is I actually, at turning it on, got to a sign-in screen. It did not go straight to the hi, let's get a few things set up for you, as it should have under normal brand new computer specs. So I had to call Best Buy Geek Squad because I was smart enough to purchase a 2-year full coverage plus plan that covers any accidents or defects or tech support or software issues, hardware issues that's covered. So they were very nice to help me, and they patched me directly to Surface Book tech support at Microsoft. And he had me to go to the bottom right hand corner, and we're not on that screen now because now we're actually in the setup like we should have been in the first place. But he had me touch the power button, and where it said restart, he had me hold down the shift key and then press restart, and then he said once it started restarting, let go of the shift key, and I did that, and then it came to a blue screen that said, hi there, let's get a few things set up for you like it should have. So that's where we're at now. So let's go ahead and try this, and we'll get right back with you again. We're going to go ahead and pair the pen. Okay, so now we're in this won't take long. We're setting some things up for you stage. It did take me a while to get it to connect to the internet. It even said that it was having some issues, that it was taking longer than normal. It even admitted that it itself. This won't take long, it says. Setting up your apps. It's changing different colors of the screen, getting a little darker and brighter, as it's just letting us know that it's still working. Very thankful that Microsoft helped me with that situation, because fresh out of the box you wouldn't expect to power on a notebook and it go directly to a sign-in screen with the name other user underneath the username and password. So again, power screen, tap, press shift and restart, and it instantly took me into the setup screen. So it's saying let's start. So we will see how things go. We'll be where we have our Windows for the first time, our Microsoft Windows 10 Pro screen there. So we're going to check things out here. One of the things. Okay, so far so good. We got the pen synchronized in the settings menu, and under Bluetooth. We were also able to go and activate my Microsoft account, which automatically initiated OneDrive. That's set up. Now Cortana is set up, so all I have to do is double click this and she comes asking what she can help me with. And also I am now installing Office with my Office 365 information. And so we'll see how things go. So far everything has run very smooth. I have not heard the fan cut on but one time, and that was during the setup process. Very quiet, very light machine. Pick it up with one hand. Very sleek finish. It's very very smooth and slides my finger around very nicely on the trackpad. Have not been able to test it out at a great detail. I'll review that later in more depth, but so far so good with the trackpad. I do love the feel of the keyboard so far. Just a little bit that I've typed. I do a lot of typing, so I'll look forward to really giving it a true run. You can see how it has almost a gray matte finish, And at this lighting, that's the way it looks. But when you tilt it up, you can see that it has a shine, a little bit of a shine. It is metal, that magnesium coating and feel and build to it. It definitely feels the quality of, say, a MacBook Pro 13-inch Retina display. And so you can see I have not tried to turn on the brightness. Let's try that. I'm not okay. Maybe need to turn that off. That's not working right now. Not sure how you turn on the things. I will. Okay, so now as you can see, I went to Systems and I went to Windows Update through the Settings, Update, and Security, and it is doing an upgrade to Windows 10 Pro version 15.11 10.586. It is upgrading to a newer version of Windows 10 Pro, it says. Also, some security updates for Internet Explorer. Also, some firmware updates, it says. It also says system firmware update for the notebook, the Surface Book, that was released yesterday. So that's encouraging, especially seeing that a lot of people that I saw that received a Surface Book in the early part of November apparently got a bad batch. Now I'm hearing that fan really kick now. It is really kicking. I can hear it, but it's doing two updates, or multiple updates, and it's installing. It is also installing Office. I will mention to you that as I click on the battery, it says it's 60% charged, 58 minutes until full charge. Battery 1 is 59% charged. Battery 2 is 60% charged. I'm not sure which one is which. This is operating at 50% screen brightness, and of course I've got some pretty powerful lights shining down on us here, so that may take away, but I'll show you 75, and then there's 100% brightness under, of course, considering the fact that we do have some pretty bright light shining down on us. There's 25%. 50%. 50% is plenty. It's very bright. Even with all these lights shining, I can see that perfectly. Matter of fact, in most usual settings with this bright resolution screen, I think I will be fine with 25%. We'll check back with you once we finish these updates. Alright, so just to keep you abreast of what's going on, it's still doing the Windows Update. It's been going on now for about 45 minutes, and it looks like that it has done all of them except for two. It's still working on one of them, and it says the system firmware update that was released yesterday, November the 18th in our time now, has an error underneath it. It says right here, error. System firmware update 11/18/2015 error. So after these finish and I restart the system, I'm going to see if I can install that and see if it'll work again. So that's what we're dealing with right now. Things I will make note of and review here is the trackpad. I've gone to one of my favorite tools on the internet, which is BibleGateway.com. As a pastor, I use a lot of scriptures every day. I'm constantly copy and pasting them into Microsoft Word and PowerPoint and Publisher, and using them for my own devotion and prayer journal as well. And Bible Gateway allows you to line up 5 translations straight across, and try to zoom that in so that you can see even better what I'm talking about. As you can see. Now, one of the things that I had problems with my yoga Lenovo ThinkPad Yoga 12. And also when I bought that ThinkPad Lenovo Yoga 15 last month, and I had to return it because there were so many problems with the hardware and the software. For the most powerful machine they make, it was inexcusable. Okay, so what I was sharing with you is that one of the problems I'd had with the Lenovo ThinkPad was that when I would scroll on this particular program, and others too, but this one I use all the time, just like that, when I would scroll, it would take off, like just take off, and I'll show you. So here we have the Lenovo ThinkPad, and as I'm scrolling, did you see that? And I'm not doing that. Do a little bit, go up a little bit, and then it just goes all the way to the bottom. Instead of being able to scroll line by line, it just takes it out of my control and just goes whoosh. And that's the Lenovo ThinkPad Yoga with the lift and lock technology. Very nice machine, very well built, metal as well, metal hinges, lift and lock, fast, very nice. But I had a lot of problems with the trackpad. Now the second generation Lenovo ThinkPad 12 does have a better trackpad as far as the buttons, the little clicker buttons, whereas the of course the Surface Book does not have buttons at all. There's actually a, if you hear that little clicking, but just watch how smooth this is when I scroll. It does not fly away with me. So that is excellent. Very happy with that. Very nice trackpad. Okay, so we have restarted the computer because it has finished the updates. Still not sure about that firmware update. I'm going to check that once it finishes. It says it's 6% complete, configuring updates for Windows 10. Do not turn off your computer. It's still plugged in. Everything seems to be working very smoothly. So far, I'm excited about it. Haven't had any issues. Haven't seen any flickering screens. But I haven't done a lot with it either. Have not loaded anything on it except for Microsoft Office 365. I've tried out Word and PowerPoint. Haven't tried Publisher yet, so I'll be doing that here in just a few moments. But everything seems to be doing good so far. Hoping that the firmware update will go ahead and go through so that we can set up the Hello feature, which may be one of the Windows updates. I'm not sure, but we'll check that out in just a moment. So Surface is restarting now after the updates. Oops, saw a little bit of a flicker there. Updating Windows. Your PC will restart several times. Copying files 2%. Installing features and drivers. So there's quite a few things it's going to be doing here. Installing features and drivers. Configuring settings. So pretty intense update. Apparently it's because there's so many Windows 10 Pro updates that it mentioned. So we'll check back on it. It's 2% now. We'll see how it works later. Okay, so we're back and we're looking at, it says we've updated your PC. Looks like it's ready to start now. All your files are exactly where you left them. That's what it says. It's working on it. That's amazing, isn't it? All that stuff. Hoping and praying that this firmware update will go through and so we will not experience some of the nightmare problems that others have experienced with their Surface Books. But we will see. Check back in just a moment. While that is finishing up, I'm just going to show you the ports. As you can tell on the side here, we have two USB 3.0 ports, and you have a SD drive here on the side. And I have looked on Amazon, and you can get the micro SD card adapters that are the Hyperdrive 103A. It says it's for the MacBook Pro 13 Retina, I believe is right, but the reviews and the comments and the questions that were answered on Amazon said that it will fit the Surface Book and works great. And what that allows you to do is put one of these micro SD cards, anywhere from 64 gigabyte to 128, I think even greater than that, into that, and that it will slide into that and sit flush, and they're silver, and it'll sit flush against here where it just a little bit enough to maybe with your fingernails can pull it out, and that you can expand your memory port there. Now this has 512 gigabyte on this particular version of that I got, solid state drive, but to be able to store your pictures, maybe even dump some video for video editing, that would work very nicely. And of course I also have a PNY 64 gigabyte small little jump drive there that I'm going to see how far that sticks out. That's about the smallest one I have found. But again, that SD card, micro SD card slot adapter may be a good trick for being able to have something, because the regular SD card does stick out quite a bit. Says it's getting things ready. On this side, of course, you have your charger, which magnetically attaches, and then you have your extra screen output that you can use an adapter to connect a HDMI and various kinds of output for external screens and various things. I am not very familiar with those or what they're called, but it's all that information is in the description. And that's the only adapters on there, of course, except for the infamous earplug hole that's at the top, which everybody says is awkward if you do use it and you're trying to type with your laptop. But that's the reason it's nice to pair a Bluetooth headset. The LG Tone series works really nice. And so we're going to see how this is going to work. I think Surface is about ready. There it is. So we'll be right back as we see how this is going to work. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and show you something before we... Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go to Settings. You can just type that right in on the Start menu. And we're going to go to Updates were installed, and that's a very good thing. Let's see. Network and internet devices, Bluetooth systems. Trying to figure out, okay, let's find hello. Sign in options. There we go. We can just type in the search and find it. And there is hello. Sign in to Microsoft Windows app and services using Face. Welcome to Windows Hello. Your device just got more personal. Say goodbye to entering complex passwords and start using Windows Hello to unlock your device. Verify your identity and buy things in the store using your face. Get started. Okay, we're on. Okay. Make sure your face is centered. All set. We'll turn that off. It's good to get your face on there, but it's also good to do improve recognition, because that helps it recognize you better. Okay, so we're ready to begin. So what we're doing here is we have opened up a Microsoft Word sermon that I typed up. I saved this as a PDF file, and I opened it in this new software called Drawboard PDF. Instead of downloading the Adobe Reader Touch from the store. They already have one preloaded, so I'm trying that out, and it looks like it's pretty neat. It works with the pen. As you see, you just touch here, and then you have all these options, and then you can draw on your PDF file, save it, and do various neat things, erase and insert and save and all these things. So this is really cool, and I'll just go ahead and put that right there, see how this will work. So what we want to do now is press the button. Okay, nothing happened, but I have heard that you have to press it a little longer, because if you accidentally tap it as you're typing, you don't want to detach it. So you heard the noise, ready to detach. Lifts right off very easily, and heard a noise there, and there you have it. You have your keyboard and your tablet. Very light, like everybody has been saying. Of course, screen rotation, size that up, and there you go. If I want to use this as a clipboard on Sundays to preach from, I can. And there you have it. It's amazing. It's a highlight. It's highlight right there. Look at that. Highlight. Undo. You could make a note like mention. Oop, something crashed. Okay, so there's our first little hiccup we found. Not even sure where to find that app now. What we'll do, whoops, let's see. Other documents. Let me go back. Let's try something here. Oh, I know what's wrong. It's because it's not saved on here. We'd have to use OneDrive. That's what we'd have to do. So let's try that. Didn't even think about that. It was saved on the keyboard. See, there's the reason you're gonna miss the ports on here, because that file was on this, and when I tried to make changes, it crashed the program. I have no doubt that's what it is. But here is an option. Let's open that one back up again, which is under 2015 message outlines. It was a Wednesday night message. There's the PDF, the draw. There it is. Okay. Okay, now let's try this. Wow, that's amazing. All right, so let's try that again and see how we do. We're going to go to this PC. We're going to go to OneDrive. There it is. We're going to say okay, it did not let me open up the did not let me open it up this time. Let's see if I can go back. I'm not very familiar. Okay, there we go. Open with drawboard. There we go. Now we're in business. Cool deal. One hour, 0 minutes remaining. That's what it's saying on here. So it's saying that it's only going to last 1 hour with our present setup here. Put as battery saver. Now it says 53 minutes remaining. Okay, 1 hour and 28 minutes remaining. It may update some more, but here we are. That is really neat. You can move that little thing around. Just reviewing this little app, but there we are. We can preach right from that. If we wanted to make a note, use the pen. Mention the, let's see, let's enlarge that. Let's enlarge the thickness a little bit. Okay, we don't want that big. Mention the breakdown of each verse. I have sloppy handwriting, but you see how you get the gist of it. That's pretty cool. So there we have it. Matter of fact, I'm going to go in there and adjust that, I think, to 3, because that's going to be better. Here we go. I can feel a little bit of heat on the back there. And one note, I double clicked on that. See if we can exit out of that. But this is really amazing, really nice. Let's try the camera. See if I can, I can't remember if it's, okay, that opens up that. That takes a picture of the screen. Open the camera. Open the camera.
Sure thing. Here's camera.
Okay, so there it is. Cortana saw it, and look at there. Let Windows camera access your location. Yes. And there we are. You can see. A mess on the floor. There's a remote. See if I can zoom in. Yeah, you can zoom in. Very nice. Very neat. Then we can take a selfie. Oh wow, look, there I am. Okay, so that's working cool. And it goes on this side. Yep. So you've got that capability, and it's been reattached. Everything seemed to have gone well. Now it's bringing that up because of the fact that I have that jump drive in place. So you can probably go in settings and stop that from happening. But there you go. You have the. We will try this before we go. Let's close it. There you have it. It's getting very warm right there where the Windows logo is, because we've been doing a lot of stuff now for over 3 hours, going on 4 hours, and all of that has involved a lot, and so far have not had any problems with it since the initial. Okay, it's looking for me. Hello, David Bryan. He winks. Wow, that was quick, wasn't it? We'll do that again so we get that on camera here. Have the don't need it plugged in right now because it's fully charged. I don't know why the fan is running right now. You hear that? Okay, I'm going to open that up. Camera's looking for you. Hello, David Bryan. It's interesting. That was a little bit of an odd thing there. Is shut down. We'll try this. Shutting down. Wow, that was quick. Okay. See how fast it boots back up. One person, it took 10 minutes for their system to boot back up. So, let's test that. Okay, there we go. Looking for me. So that took about what? About 20 seconds. Let's time it this time. Power, shut down. All right, let's time it. Taking a little time, isn't it? Oh, it's like it's turned off. There it goes. Turn it on camera, making sure it's you. Hello. So that took 40 some seconds to restart. About 40 seconds. So it took about 40 seconds for it to boot back up. So let's try that again and just see how we do this time. After you shut it down, you have to hold that for a few minutes. Okay, so it took 20 seconds that time. But one of the things I wanted to check before we go, I'm going to detach it, turn it around, and see how that works in this mode. And there we are. Close that. There you have it. Everything seems to be working fine. If I have any questions or any issues, I will let you know. But as of right now, things are working nice. It's the options that you have. See, unlike the Lenovo, where it has the lift and lock, where the keys recess down into it, you flip the screen around, you lock it back into place, and there is the keyboard. It lays against it, but not in a way that Matt presses any buttons. And now you still have your feet at the bottom to sit, and so you can definitely put it in presentation mode. You can even sit it like this, and of course like this, tent mode, and doing all those things. But unlike the Lenovo, this beast can become just a tablet, and you can just have this wafer thin tablet to access without having to worry about anything. So that is absolutely fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. You can put it to sleep, and you can wake it up. Camera's still looking for me. Hello, David Bryan. It still works even in tablet mode, the hello feature. And you can always just press your Windows button right here, even though there's not a physical button anywhere that allows you to access. One of the things I will mention to you, that in a situation like this, when you're working with the tablet, you can plug just the tablet in. You can plug just the tablet in by itself, and that's perfectly fine. It will charge and work fine with that capability. Just those few minutes, it used 10% of the of that. It's calculating. Calculating how much time. Probably could reduce, let's see, battery saver. So you reduce the screen size. It's calculating. Everything seems to be working nicely. Let's open up Microsoft Word. Let's open up that. Okay, that's right, because we didn't save that one in the cloud. See, there again, you do not have access because your jump drive is plugged in to here. Now, however, you can save it on one drive, but also remember your hard drive's in here. 512 gigabytes SSD, solid state drive. So could have saved it, of course, on the hard drive. The hard drive is not in the base, so that's cool. But if you're like me and you're trying to preserve your own board system, which of course all those updates probably burn up some of those gigabytes, then you can save it on the OneDrive if you can access the internet wherever you're going. So that's one of the things I'll have to remember, that unlike the Lenovo, if I take this with me, if I detach this and go, I've got to remember that I do not have the option of having that. I will not have the option of accessing that otherwise. But everything seems to be really smooth. Very pleased so far, and I think that's everything. Can't think of anything else. If there's anything else you would like to know, you can definitely comment in the section below, and I'll be glad to let you know what I have found on anything. You saw me use the eraser. The eraser works really nice, and yes, I'm impressed with the drag that's on the screen when you're writing. Very nice. The best pen I've ever used, and of course these type pens are interchangeable with some of the other devices that use a battery. This has the Quad A battery in it, and really nice. Has one button, click, and then it has the eraser button, click. They did away with the two buttons here. Just one button and then the eraser button. One click opens up OneNote so that you can begin taking notes, and then erase it, and then let's close that. Two clicks takes a picture. If you hold it, can you look up cheeseburgers? Look up cheeseburgers. Pretty cool.
Cheeseburger.
There we go. I guess I'm hungry. Talk with you later, and may God bless you.